Hey guys, I'm going to talk about number 5 and number 6 from the homework for tonight. So the instructions for 5 and 6 are on the front page, but you have to simplify and graph each of these. So you're going to turn it into a complex number, then you're going to graph it on the coordinate plane to the right. But remember, that's not your XY plane, this is your real imaginary plane. Real and imaginary plane. All right, so the first thing we have to do is we have to remember that this exponent is not to be distributed. That's not how that works. Please don't make that mistake. You have to understand that this means 2i plus 1 times 2i plus 1. And just like we do with any other binomial, at this point we're just going to distribute. So 2i times 2i is 4i squared. 2i times 1, is 2i. 1 times 2i is another 2i, and 1 times 1 is 1. Now we're going to combine some like terms. So we know that 2i and 2i are like terms, so we can combine those. We still have our 4i squared out front, but now we have plus 4i plus 1. The next substitution we're going to make is that 4 times I squared is the same as 4 times negative 1, because we know that I squared equals negative 1. So that's the same as negative 4 plus 4I plus 1. The last thing we need to do is combine our last two like terms into negative 3 plus 4I. All right, now we have to make sure that we plot this on our number line. We know that this is our reals, and this is our imaginary. So negative 3 is going to be 1, 2, 3 at negative 3 on the real number line, and 4i is going to be up 1i, 2i, 3i, 4i. That's going to go to the point that's right here. But remember, it's not the point that we care about, it's the vector that we care about. There is your graph of z. All right, so that's number 5. Let's do number 6. 6 is pretty quick also. It's kind of like the example we did in class. But with this one, you can't combine these two things. They're not like terms, so we can't do the fast way. The first thing I'm going to do is just rewrite this as 3i times 4i minus 1 times 4i minus 1. All right, now I can start doing my distribution. So I'll have 12i squared minus 3i. And I also still have this 4i minus 1 here. Now I'm going to distribute again. 12i squared times 4i is 48i cubed. 12i squared times negative 1 is negative 12i squared. 3i times 4i is negative 12i squared, and negative 3i times negative 1 is positive 3i. I'm going to combine some like terms here. I got 2 negative 12i squareds. So that's going to become 48i cubed minus 24i squared plus 3i. Now I have to just make sure that I break down these powers of I as much as I can. I know that I cubed is really just the same as negative I, and I squared is really just the same as negative 1. So that's going to leave me with a negative 48i and a positive 24 plus 3i. So the last thing that I need to do is combine these like terms, and that will leave me with 24 minus 45i, which I can graph. I just need to go over to my real plane, or my complex plane with my reals and my imaginaries. Now, counting by ones is not going to do it here. So I am going to count by 6s, let's say, on the real number line. So this is going to be 6, 12, 18, 24, All right, so there's my real. And in the imaginary direction, let's go negative 9i, negative 18i, negative 27i, negative 36i, negative 45i. All right, so that point's going to be here. We have to make sure that we remember to draw that vector. And that takes care of that. Good luck on the rest of it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.